Hey guys, this is Comic Uno and Comic Frontline, and today I'm doing my top 5 DC Rebirth titles for July. So we did this last month, and we had a really good time doing it. It seemed like you guys liked it, so we are continuing it with July. So want to post my video for this, and it's kind of cool to see how the list is changing, just because we're getting new titles, or maybe some titles are better than others this month. There are some double shipped titles, so there won't be any repetitive titles in my list because I did that last month also. But let's get started. What was worst pick of the week for me? And that was Justice League issue 1. So last time it was The Flash, which I'm still not loving, but it wasn't worst pick of the week or worst of the month. For me, it was Justice League, because I've been very disappointed. I honestly, it was a decision between Justice League Rebirth or Justice League issue 1, and Justice League Rebirth had a little bit more story, so that's why I'm like, alright, that won't be the worst. But Justice League issue 1 just didn't have a lot of story. It's just very action heavy, and it just feels very generic right now. Even the coloring feels very bland. So I don't know how long I'm going to be sticking with this title, at least printed. I might be moving to it with digital copies, because it is Justice League, it's a flagship book. I don't want to drop it, but I'm just not really enjoying it either. So let's get into the positive. Let's go into the top 5. So what is number 5? This really surprised me, this book, because I've never read it before. I've heard kind of bad things about it, and I was pleasantly surprised by the book, and that was Red Hood and the Outlaws Rebirth issue 1. I thought this did a really good job at describing who Jason Todd is. You get into his head a lot of his relationship, especially to Batman, and you kind of see a new mission he's taking on. And I liked the artwork for the book, and I thought it was a very solid read. So I gave that 4 stars, and that was my number 5. Moving on to number 4, which this was a little higher for me last month, and that was Green Lanterns issue 2. So I'm pretty sure I don't remember which one I picked for last month, but I know Green Lanterns was in the top 3. But glad to see that the series made the list again, because I am really enjoying it, even though this month had maybe a little bit of a weaker issues, but still solid. And with this one, I really liked it because it analyzed Jessica and her sister's relationship, and I thought it was a very well done Jessica issue. I still think that Boz has to become a little bit more likable, but the art is still a little bit too thin-lined for me. But I do like the story that's going on right now, and issue 2 is definitely my favorite this month. Moving on to number 3, which was Batgirl issue 1. I thought this was a very solid read and good start to the book. I like that they're taking Barbara to Asia, so different Asian countries, and we get a really cool supporting character with Kai. I thought they did a good job at developing their friendship in issue 1, which was very important. I think Albuquerque's artwork fits this style of story, and I was impressed with the first issue. Alright, moving on to number 2, which is another Batgirl related book, which I loved, and that was Batgirl and the Birds of Prey issue 1. And it was Rebirth, I'm pretty sure. So it was a Rebirth issue. And I really enjoyed this issue. I thought this did a really good job at balancing the pre-New 52 with the New 52. So still, remembered what Burnside was, but still remembered who Barbara was in the pre-New 52. I thought it was a good balance between Gail Simone's run and Burnside. It was kind of like this middle thing going on. So I liked it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where that series goes. So what was number 1? Another Batman title. There's a lot of good Bat titles. Surprisingly, I'm going to say it wasn't Detective Comics. I loved Detective Comics last month, but I think it kind of had a little bit of, I don't want to say a slow start with this month, but it was a little rocky this month. So Detective Comics didn't make top 5. But number 1 was Batman issue 3. So Batman didn't even make the list last month, but I was really surprised by Batman issue 3, where we finally get the origin of these Gotham heroes, and then you learn that they actually are heroes, they're not villains, and it's something really different from Batman, and that's kind of why I like the story. And I liked it when they were building it up in the other issues, but now you finally understand who these characters are, and that's something you really needed. I didn't really like the element of mystery with them, because I think you need to know who these characters are to really enjoy it. So I really enjoyed this issue, and I liked their origin. and I gave that 4.5 stars. So that is my top 5 DC books this month. Like I said, it was very Batman heavy this month, but we'll see next month what will be the top 5. I really like doing this list, kind of figuring out, again, what changes and what doesn't. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely go check out the other Frontliners videos and see how our tastes are maybe a little different or similar for this month. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.